Hey guys, what's up? This is Ari, and today we're going to be doing a cooking video, a cooking lesson. So I have something going on that's new every Thursday at 7 p.m. We go live, we cook something, we talk, we chit chat. So if you're interested in building the community, coming along with us on this venture and the journey on Thursdays, every Thursdays, 7 p.m. sharp. I might be like 5 minutes late, but you be there. If I'm there, you there. And we chit chat, we talk, and we learn. So it's a community that we're learning and building things. Today, if you did not catch the live Thursday, guess what? I'm here to show you what's going on. So I'm making lasagna for the holidays, and I'm gonna go over everything that we need. So this is more of, you can pause, stop, look at everything that I'm doing compared to the live where I'm just chit-chatting, talking, and at the end we tasting and eating. So I'm going to get y'all set up, ready and prepared, and then we're going to go into this talking and telling what's going on, okay? So let's get to it. Now I got my big camera out today because guess what? Your girl is in here cooking for y'all, and I want y'all to be able to interact with me, get the real Jill vibe and what's going on. I also have y'all connected to my camera. So I have y'all sitting up somewhere, and we're just gonna do what's best for us. Hopefully the audio is popping, because if the audio not popping, baby, I don't know what to tell y'all. I'm just gonna sit y'all somewhere. So as I am propping everything up, I just wanna make sure everything is set up and y'all don't fall, because I got y'all on the big camera, baby. I got y'all on the big doozy, and the big doozy be doing a lot. And if you know, you know. If you know anything about cameras, these cameras are expensive and they be doing a whole lot, okay? And I wanted to sit y'all back a little bit so y'all can have like some angles going on. So let's see how this is gonna go. I'm gonna work out. I think this is a cool little angle right here. I think this worked for us. Okay. Yeah. That works. And if I need to zoom y'all in, I can. Boom, we ready and we rocking and we rolling. All right, so we are going to be cooking lasagna today. I have a fun little gadget right here that I bought from the store. It is a double top oven. So y'all know back in the day I used to have a little one. Now, baby, I got the big one. I have the big boy right here, and I just want to make sure y'all getting the like good angles. Okay. Boom. Stop playing with me. I don't have my glasses on, so we're going to be working with this. And I love that I have this. This is my right side. So I need to turn on my right. And then I need to turn this bad boy up. Okay. Turn it up. Turn it up for me one time. Cool. So this is my right. All right. I'm going to put this on. So we're going to be making a lasagna today. And I'm going to tell you everything that you need to make this lasagna. It don't take that much. A lot of people be doing the most when they make lasagna. I'm not going to be doing the most when I make lasagna, because guess what? It don't take that much. And this is easy. I make hard meal simple for you to cook. You want to sit down? Got a little guest in here because she wants to see how moi cooks, okay? So first of all, let's go over the things that you're going to need to make lasagna. You're going to need a pan. You can use your regular pan that you choose, like a glass pan. I'm going to use aluminum foil because once you cut it, take your portion. Cleanup is easy. I know I don't like to clean up too much, so that's going on. A lot of things that I bought is from Kroger, so it's Kroger brand or the name brand. So you can mix and match it, just depending on how you choose to cook when it comes to your kitchen and what foods and flavors that you like. So you can get bell pepper, regular bell pepper, cut it up, or you can get the 3 bell pepper and onion that is in the store and the frozen part. It's easy for me to do this. I'm going to cook this whole thing, but I'm not going to put all of it into my lasagna, because I'm going to make a lasagna later on. Again, I'm doing this right now so you can speed it, slow it down, or you can watch the live on Thursday at 7 p.m. because we will be, cooking. So you're going to need some bell pepper. You can chop them up, onions yourself. You're going to need some Italian sausage. I got Bob Evans. You can get whatever brand you like. And then I got some ground turkey because I like ground turkey, but you can use ground beef, you can use ground chicken. It's up to you, or you can just eliminate the meat all at once. It's really up to you. Some seasonings that you're going to absolutely need is the Italian seasoning, and then you need some garlic powder. Do not get garlic salt because in the Italian seasoning, they have salt in there already. And if you are using other components and you adding salt in there, you're going to make your stuff salty. So powder is the best form. And also I'm using this garlic parmesan because baby, I'm gonna kick it up a notch. All right, so then when it comes down to your sauces, you're gonna have to, and you necessarily need some sauce that got some flavor to it. So I got this Prego. It has tomato, onion, and garlic. I got the family size. You do not want your lasagna dry. Also, I have this Hunt's, and it's the 4 cheese because it has flavor. Get sauces with flavor. If you get the plain sauce with no flavor, you're going to have to bump it up a notch. You're going to have to add extra flavors. And basically, why make it hard for yourself when you don't have to? Then I got this basil, garlic, and oregano Hunt's chunk tomatoes. You do not have to put the chunk tomatoes in there, but I personally like it. Or you can get the paste. It's up to you. You're going to need cottage cheese, or you can use... I have it in the refrigerator. Give me a second so I can pull it out. Because me just talking and telling y'all ricotta. So you can use cottage cheese or ricotta cheese. I'm going to do a blend of both. And I know y'all like, I don't like it. But guess what? Give me time. You're going to love it. Simple, easy. And then you're going to need some cheeses. So I just went ahead and got real crazy. You're going to need mozzarella cheese. I also have the I have Mexican cheese right here. It's the flavor. So you want to get stuff with flavor. If you're getting bland stuff, you're going to have to add seasoning. You're going to need some Parmesan. So them are the main ones that you really need. But if you want to like kick it up a notch and do some more extra stuff, you can get the Italian, which I have that. You want something with a pull because everybody knows lasagna has a pull. I got a cheddar jack. And I'm making 2 big ones, so that's why I got so much cheese. But if you're making a small one, you don't have to do it. And then I got the sharp cheddar because that's what I want a little bit of. Ooh, that tastes good. And now this is the big part that everybody has misconceptions and they mess up on. And they be in the oven boiling. They got 20 different pots out. You do not need 20 different pots. Get the oven ready lasagna. This is a game changer. If you have never bought these, go ahead, stop it, take a picture, look at it. Get the oven ready. Oven ready, no baking, boiling, nothing involved. Okay, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to worry about sitting down doing extra stuff. So we got this pan ready and warm. Put your hand on it. It's hot. I'm going to use both sides because I'm going to saute my bell peppers and onions in here. And then I'm going to go over here and turn this on when this is halfway through. And I'm going to go ahead and start grounding up my sausage, which is my Italian sausage and whatever meat. If you are opting out of the meat, then that's perfectly fine. Then you're going to watch me and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next. This is extra virgin olive oil in here. So make sure you spray a couple sprays in there. And then you're going to open these up and cook them. Now I have this on high because I wanted to get cooking. I wanted to like warm up real quick. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in there. Oh, wow. They got real lazy. Now, back in the day, they would have this already chopped up, but these people got lazy. They got like big pieces of bell pepper in here. So I'm going to have to just take my kitchen scissors and I'm just going to chop it up. That is crazy. You don't want big pieces in here. That's why I had told y'all just to buy the bag. But at this point, they like, we tired too. We tired, boss. That's crazy. Like, why would you put that big chunk in there like that? And this just the bell pepper, the red one at that. Okay, whatever. So if you see any big chunks, just chop it up. It's not a big deal. If you are cutting your own, just make sure you cut them up to dices. You want dices, small pieces. Julienne, especially if you got them family members that's just allergic to vegetables, they see it, they freak out. And it's like, come on now. You freaking out over a vegetable? Yeah. And get you some kitchen scissors. Because, baby, these are going to be a lifesaver. See how easy that was? I didn't even have to take a knife out. Now make sure you open up all of your seasonings so that you are ready and prepared for everything. Make sure you have your cans open up so you are ready prepared. If you have any cans that you need to open up and be prepared. And then sit everything aside because this recipe is going to go really, really fast. You're not going to be in here too long cooking. Promise you, I'm telling you that. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do while this is sauteing and cooking, just add a little bit of this Italian seasoning because everything needs a little flavor, flair to it, and you're just going to add that in there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Do not put garlic salt because, again, what did I tell you? If you put garlic salt in there, your stuff's going to be salty, and everybody going to be like, oh my God, do you know how to cook? Yeah, you know how to cook, okay? You definitely know how to cook, so just sprinkle, sprinkle. Alright, I love this induction cooker. They have them on Amazon if you did Prime, but I found mine in the store, y'all. So you know I had to come to y'all and show y'all what was really going on right now, okay? So we just gonna saute, cook these down, get them together. And then they have like a little drip pan, but I don't be frying anything, so I don't need the drip pan. I just need to put my little stuff right there. Okay, so I don't have this side on because I'm about to show y'all what we're about to do. Get you a bowl. And what you want to do is open up all your cheeses. This is going to make your prep work so much simple. I thought so. You're going to open up all your cheeses. And you're going to dump them in the bowl. And you're going to mix them up. Now, you're going to season your cheese when you're doing this. Because guess what? Everything needs flavor. It needs layer. So I'm going to add the Parmesan cheese in here. The whole thing. I'm going to add a third of this mozzarella because this is the family pack. If you got the regular bag, don't worry about it, but this is the family pack. And if you have family packs, just save about half of it. I'm also going to add the Mexican cheese, a third of that as well. All of this is not going in here. Again, I'm making 2 of these, so you know we're just going to mix up all the cheese so when I make the ones from later on, guess what? I don't have to keep going back and forth doing this. And then I'm going to add the cheddar jack in here as well. The bags act like they don't want to open up. Okay. And I probably just put it in this pan because this pan's a little bigger. But I have a second pan as well. So we're just going to go ahead and put out the cheese in there. But if you got a bigger bowl, just get your bigger bowl. Okay. Regular size bags, just add the kit and caboodle in here. I'm going to add the sharp cheese in here. Okay. I'm going to add the Italian cheese in here as well. Now, if you're not going to do the meat portion and you're going to do a vegetarian one, instead of using the noodles, if you're trying to watch your carbs or intake, you can use eggplant, you can use zucchini, you can add mushrooms in here, you can beef it up, you can do a lot of vegetables. I have done that before because I love vegetables, so I had just beefed it up with a lot of vegetables, and hey, it is tasty. When you're doing the vegetables, you do want to add a little bit of salt because that's going to make the vegetables have a little more flavor, and you're going to be able to taste and get all your good stuff in there. Make sure you stir this up, and you want to make sure this is translucent when you get done. So I mean, it's going to be so, you know, delicious. Make sure it smells good, you're seasoning it, and also that it's soft to the touch. Okay, so once you got all that done, here's your cheese go. You want to break the cheese up like so, because you're going to mix all this cheese together. So when you do your layering for your lasagna, all you have to do is just pick up and shake. Instead of you going in each individual bag doing your cheese, pick up and shake. Now, this is where the seasoning comes in that I'm adding a little more flavor. I have this Kinder right here. If you have not checked this out, you need to go get it. And you want to go ahead and sprinkle that in here. This is flavor, okay? Smells good. If you have not smelled it, you haven't bought it, you need to go ahead and get it. Then you're going to put some Italian seasoning in there, just like so. Sprinkle that in there. And I know you're like, I ain't never know nobody season their cheese because you ain't never cooked with me. That's why you ain't never seen somebody season their cheese. You're going to put a little bit of garlic powder in there. Not a lot, just a little bit. The other ones I put a lot in there because it don't have salt in there. It already has salt in there. Okay, so you're just gonna mix this around. When you layer your lasagna, your cheese is gonna be seasoned. Okay, you don't have to buy the seasoned cheese that they be having in the store because I know they be having it. And guess what? This is all they doing. Now, if you like to grade your own cheese up, you are more than welcome to do that as well. I'm not grading any cheese because guess what? You can buy it in the store. Alright, so we got this set aside. You got all your cheese ready and rocking and rolling. Now I'm about to turn on my other side of my Dutch oven or convection oven right here. And we're going to bump up the volume, okay? And what I'm going to do is give me another pan over here and we're going to start cooking our Italian sausages and our ground beef. You can cook them both at the same time. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and cook both of them at the same time over here. When I get back, this is going to be done. I'm going to put it in this pan right here. The sausage is and the meat is going to be done. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to start layering everything and how this is going to come into a magnificent worker. Or also, don't forget the cottage cheese. So while we take a little break, I'm going to take a break. Y'all going to see it like this. Make sure you open up all your cans, open up all your jars, and clean up your mess if you're a messy cook. I'm not a messy cook, so I'll be right back in a few seconds. Focus. All right, y'all, we back in business. So, listen, I done changed over. I got my stuff cooking. I got this on low. Look how cute this is, y'all. Even though I know this is a drain pan, boop, I don't need to drain nothing. So we got our meat cooked. Let me show y'all what the meat look like. This is what the meat look like. It's the Italian and it's the whatever meat you choose. You ground turkey, ground beef, ground chicken, ground deer, dog. You ground it up in there, okay? So it don't even matter. Now, I did add a little scoops of this, of our little bell pepper seasoning. These people that I'm feeding this for, they allergic to vegetables, but what they don't know, I'm putting it in there, okay? So don't play with me. You're going to eat this. Now, the best part about this, if you don't like chunks in your meat, this little concoction right here, you get it from the Dollar Tree. Go ahead, it's a meat grinder, smasher, whatever you want to call it. And you just, as it's cooking, you just smash, smash, smash away. Boom, bada bing. Make sure you cut your pan on low. And before you start adding your good seasonings and your flavors in there, make sure you drain it. Because you do not want a greasy lasagna because then everybody's stomach going to be boiling. And they're going to wonder why they didn't ask you to bring nothing to the holiday event. Now you want to go ahead and add some Italian seasoning in there. Just sprinkle as much as you want. Now this is the part where you're going to start tasting stuff. So get you some little spoons, some stuff, and just do as you please. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. You're going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic in there. Not too much because, you know, a little bit goes a long way. And then if you have this, if you don't have this, if you do not have this, you need to go buy it. But if you do not have that, what you can do is get this. This has everything in one. I don't know who came up with this concoction, but it has everything in one. And I'm just going to, don't be heavy-handed with this. Because this right here is salty, but it's delicious. And it has all the flavors that you need. You're going to go ahead and stir this up. And you want to taste if your meat is tasty. You only need a little bit, okay? So make sure your pan is on low. You're going to taste a little bit of your meat. That's where it's at. Taste a little bit, stir it up. Now, this is when more flavor comes into this concoction. Remember I told you about them tomatoes? You're going to open these cans of tomatoes up and you are going to dump this in there, okay? Dump it in there. That has seasoning, that has flavor, that has everything that you need. So you don't have to keep going out buying extra stuff. As you do that, you're going to stir it up. You're going to be like, oh, is this chili? No, it's not chili, okay? It's lasagna, okay? So after you do put that in there, what you're going to do is add your can or your jar of sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pour this whole thing of sauce in there. Because you do not want it dry. I'm going to pour about half, right? I'm not even going to lie. I'm going to pour half. Because these have flavors to them, okay? And then I have this one right here. It has mushrooms in it. I told you, they don't know. I love to get them vegetables, okay? So we're going to add a little bit of that in here. Your sauce should not be dry. It should not be like soupy, but it should not be dry as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix all that up, okay? Mix it up, put it on your stove top and let it start cooking, okay? And you want to make sure you got it on low or simmer. You don't want it on high because the meat is cooked. We just want all our flavors to marinate. Now, this is where you're going to look at me and you're like, do I know what I'm talking about? The cottage cheese, you can get the whole fat or low. It's up to you. Get the small curds. Do not get the big curds. Okay? And then what you want to do is get you a spoon and you want to stir it up. I'm going to give myself one big scoop of this. Because if you are not using just cottage cheese, you want to go ahead and use 2 scoops. So I'm going to give myself one big scoop, maybe 1.5, okay? Do not put that spoon in that sauce yet because guess what? You have to go ahead and you have to get you some ricotta cheese. Now, some people like to layer this as they go. And then people are like, I don't like that that's in there. I'm telling you, nobody's going to detect that this is in here. I'm using whole because I want you to make sure you're getting full, healthy. And I'm just going to use one big scoop, okay? All right, a scoop of dollar, but that in there. People that always say, oh, I don't like that flavor, I don't like that taste, they don't know what you're putting in your food. I'm telling you, if you mix it in with your meat sauce, they're not going to know. It's going to be creamy, and they're going to love it, and they're going to ask you to make this every holiday. Now, I make this every 3-4 years because it's expensive. And we lucked up at Kroger's because guess what? They had a sale going on. Oop, I got to wash that, y'all, because we're not putting that back on my stuff. Yeah, so they had a sale going on. And I was like, what? Everything was on sale. Coupons and all. So what you want to do is go ahead and mix that all up in your pan. They're not going to know. It's going to make your sauce and everything creamy. Hopefully y'all able to see it. If you're not able to see it, I will pick the pan up in a little bit. And I'm just going to mix this up. Now, you're going to let this sit and simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes. Now, if you're the type of person you had a lasagna and you have seen the white layer in there, it's because they're using cottage cheese or ricotta and they actually dabbing it or dolloping it in layers. I'm not doing that. You're not going to know what you're eating. You're going to know it's creamy. You're going to know it's nice. It has a little tang to it, and you're going to love it. Go ahead and taste it real quick. See if it got all the flavors to it. I feel like I need to add a little bit more, a little of this because I didn't add this in there. And I want to add a little bit of, the garlic salt. Just a little bit, not a lot, because again, what did I tell you? It has salt in there. We're not trying to use a lot of salt. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some Italian seasoning in there. Boom. Mix this up. Let it simmer for 5 to 6 minutes. Come back and taste it once everything has did its magic. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to start layering the rest of this stuff. So put the top on here. Let it sit. And guess what? Boom. Do y'all not see what I'm doing? That's cute. Okay. Now I just need to put my top on here. And I'm just going to let that sit for a little bit. I might even turn it up so we can get the party started. Now, make sure you get a pan that's big enough for what you need. Make sure you get a pan that's big enough for what you need. This is the pan that I'm going to use, but I have my cheese in here, so don't worry about all that. We're going to get another pan. I'm going to move a couple of my items to the side. Make sure you have some sauce on the side because just in case you need to add a little bit more sauce to your concoction, you will have the sauce on the side and you can just add a little bit more flavor depending on how saucy you want and how you want it to cook. The next level that you're going to need some of this cheese right here, sprinkling cheese. Now I know it was controversial. People was like, oh, that's not real cheese. That's this, that's that. We already know this. So if you're just trying to make this so that you can make the holiday party cheerful, then you are at the right place. But if you're here trying to be health conscious, this is not the meal for you. And I'm just letting you know. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start showing you how to layer this. And hopefully I am in focus in camera for you. So give me a second. I'm just going to move us down right here so you can see. Boom. We are in focus today. So you got your cheese right here. We're going to move this over because that's our cheese sauce in a little bit after it starts marinating. And then guess what? We have our mixture, our component of cheese right here. We got a little sauce on the side and we have some extra cheese down there. You have everything that you need to make this. And we have not boiled anything, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and open these up so we can get prepared to do what we need to do. When you are doing an assembly line or anything like that, just make sure you have everything open up, hands washed. You don't have to do too much. Now, I'm going to show you what these look like. Let me turn you out this way because of the camera. I'm going to show you what these look like. These are very thin, so you have to be delicate. Oh, I just cracked one. You have to be delicate with it. So I'm just going to sit them aside right there. I'm probably going to need 2.5 boxes. You can make your judgment on based on how many layers you want and how deep your pan is. This pan is not going to be too deep, but it's going to give you enough satisfaction that you're going to be like, listen, I'm ready to eat. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to move this over. I'm going to cut this part off. Turn that one on. Okay. I'm going to cut that one off. Yeah, I'm loving it. Say less. I'm loving it, okay? And I have my cheese sauce right here. Let me bring it to y'all so y'all can see. When I say just mix everything in there, mix it in there. They're not gonna know. I almost dropped that, y'all. All right, so first thing first, go ahead and get you a layer of your meat sauce, a thin layer, and spread it at the bottom of your pan like so. Because you don't want your noodles to be sticking. And then on top of that, you can always add a little bit of sauce. So I start off with a little bit of sauce, and then I just put a little bit of my meat sauce in there, okay? Because the meat sauce is supposed to be in the middle. Make sure you spread a little thin layer around like this. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? And then I go in and I sprinkle a little bit of cheese. Okay, just a little bit of cheese. And then I take some of this right here and I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of that in there. And then I go ahead and I do my layering. Now this is, oh, we got the right pan, y'all. Because sometimes you can get a pan and you have to break the noodles and you got to do all this extra stuff. But we don't have to do that. I love it. Now we got a little overlay. But that's okay. It is okay. Who eat the most, get the most. That's how I say it. So then you go ahead and you're going to do the same thing I just told you just a minute ago. Meat sauce. Now this is when you start layering it. Because you don't want to be giving people a little bit. You want to give them a lot. You want them to know that you put your heart and soul into this. And you want to make sure you cover up every noodle, because the noodle is going to be cooking underneath your meat sauce, okay? So if you just spreading a little dollop, it's not going to cook your noodle. And then somebody's going to have a little al dente noodle. And you don't want that. You want to cook nice, firm noodle, okay? Boom, boom, boom. Put that in there like so. Now this is when you come in and you go ahead and get you a hunk of cheese, like a lot of it. Because now you want them to know, like, listen, I know how to make this, and you're going to be calling me to make this next holiday. Okay? And you just want to paddle. So we might get like 3 layers of this for real. We might get 3 layers. Okay, y'all. I do have extra cheese. I just divided it up. So don't worry, we're not running out of cheese. Okay? Sprinkle a little bit of this on there. Or a lot. It depends on how much you love these people that you're cooking for. And then you're going to go ahead. If we do the noodles like this, let me see. Nope, it's still going to be the same. Okay, I'm just checking, y'all. Boop. And then I'm going to break a noodle in half because I want to make sure. And when you break it in half like this, nobody's going to know. Definitely not going to know. So they're going to be eating and they ain't going to know that you broke noodles in half. Boom. Then you're going to do it one more time. Or how deep your pan is. It just depends on how deep your pan was. Okay? But you should always end with a top of cheese. Because that's how you get that golden, delicious looking, like, oh my God, it just been in there and it's brown, it's delicious. So What you're going to do, depending on your oven, you're going to put this at 375 to 400. You're going to cook it until you are able to get a nice and tender noodle. Only thing we're cooking in here is the noodle. Now, to get the golden brown on top, oh yeah, I did that. A pot of this, a pot of that. Stir it up and make yourself fall in love. Okay, so I had enough of everything. What are you talking about? This pan is heavy. And y'all, I have extra noodles. I thought I was going to need a lot of noodles. Guess what? Things are going back to the store. All right. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put our seasoned cheese on top here. You make sure you get corner to corner. I hate when everybody likes a corner piece. So you got to make sure you get the corners what they asking for. The cheese. Okay. I got a little more cheese. I'm going to go ahead and dip into my side pan right here. Because I got some cheese right here. And you're going to go ahead and you just going to sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so you want the good seasoned cheese on top like that. And then you're going to go in and you can get a little bit of your mozzarella cheese because that got a little pull to it. And you can get a little sharp shredded cheese so that's going to give that golden look. Huh? I got a lot of cheese. Thank you. And then you're going to go ahead and sprinkle this on top. You want to put aluminum foil on top of this so that it can cook the noodles. And then halfway through, like after like 45 minutes, then you want to take the aluminum foil off of here and you want to let it broil. So you're going to put it on broil on low for like 5 to 6 minutes. And baby, what I'm talking about is delicious, good, and gooey. So when this get done baking, I'm going to show you a picture of it, and we're going to cut into this, and this is heavy, okay? So that's it. That's all. Now, if you didn't catch the live, you catch it on here. If you catch the live, we had a good time. Make sure every Thursday you tune in at 7 p.m. because we'll be cooking, talking, and laughing. So I'll be back once it's getting done cooking, and y'all can see the final result because it's going to be, what? Cheesy. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay guys, so I took this out, I let it sit. I made a small one because the bigger one was going to my family. I like to cook for my family even though I don't be eating big portions because your girl trying to get the bating, okay? Because you know, December birthday babies, you know, whatever. But anyway, look at this. It's goat. I tell you, people like the edges. Now when you cook your big one, it's going to look like this, the edges and all, and it's good. Now, that's just a little bit of the sauce and the grease, but don't worry about that, okay? That's a little bit of sauce. We didn't cover that up pretty good, but let you get a bite. Okay, I'm going to hold it right there. Now, this is how you know it's done because the noodle, you can pull it. Oh, do you see that steam? Do y'all see that steam? Get a bite. Get a bite. Get a bite. Oh, it smells good. It look good. It tastes good. So I'm going to sit that down because, baby, that's steaming and I cannot blow that out while I'm holding the camera because I have broke a camera already and we don't have no money. So this is the lasagna, easy, making something complex, simple for you can cook for the holidays. If you're interested, make sure you tune in on our Thursday night live cooking community because we'll be able to chit chat and talk and having a good time. I'm trying to build a community where we learn things. If we want to cook something or we have some suggestions on how to change things up, you know, we're here for it. You're here for it. It starts at 7 p.m. I'll be live. And then like maybe a couple hours, maybe like an hour after, I just make it reviewable. Over there, we don't go over too much of the detail, but we do go over details. And we have a good time. So if you're looking to have a community at 7 p.m. on Thursday, you want to tune in. If you missed it, you can always check the cooking channel and I do have these up. So I'm start doing that, especially when they're longer ones and you need to see the end result. This is what I'm going to do for you so you know, but it's delicious. It's gooey, ooey, yummy. Okay. It's not healthy, but it's holiday approved. Okay. So I will see y'all next time. Make sure you enjoy, like, and make sure you subscribe because that's how we grow a community over here. It's a community thing, okay? Catch you next time. Bye.